Hello, this video will be very quick. I wanted to show something that I do. So these are guitar picks that I have made by D'Addario, and I have a graphic put on them. And I like to throw picks out to folks at shows that are pretty into it. But I also like to be able to grip my pick. So if you see here, there's some lines that I carved into said picks. And please be careful. These things are sharper than hell. And the scary part about this is when I do it, this is my fretting hand, and I end up holding a pick with my fretting hand and taking my dominant hand and scratching a handful of lines across each face of the pick. And when I do this, I tend to do a good bit at one time. Each of these bags has 50, and I'm finishing up another batch of 50. And this will last me some time, but I like to do this in batches. It's one of those things that if you're going to sit down to do it, you may as well do a bunch. And if you're going to do a bunch, you may as well do many so that you don't have to do this for a while. And that way, even though you're doing many in one shot, you minimize the risk over time. I used to have a very bad habit of doing this before a show. I would go and get maybe 10 or so picks together and start carving them. And I'm thinking the one night, you know, hey, if I slip, I'm really going to have a problem because use my hands to play. And thankfully I've been blessed, but my next show's not for 5 days. And I figured, what the heck, I could show what I do here. So it's just a couple scratches down. I'm not pressing super hard. And since I've done, you know, over 100 picks already, you know, the tip of this blade isn't super sharp anymore. I mean, it's sharp enough that it'll cut you, but it's been worn enough. Anyone that's used a utility knife knows how quickly a utility knife blade dulls. If you've ever done anything like cove basing or cutting vinyl or linoleum type flooring systems, anything like that. Or if you've done anything in drywall, you should use a jab saw for that. But I had a guy that I used to work with that did not want to use a jab saw ever. What he did was he would take his utility knife, jam it into the wall, and then use a hammer and beat on his utility knife to knock it down to make the cut. And I asked him one day, why do you do that? And he said, it makes less dust, which I guess is true, but in construction type work, you're going to clean up after yourself anyway.